I would like to express my gratitude to the European Environment Agency for its committed support, as well as my warm thanks to the Commissioners for Environment and for Climate for their close cooperation and commitment, which has been instrumental in bringing us together today to address this timely issue. Before our discussion, I would like to stress the importance to keep our discussions in the time limit provided according to the programme. Interventions in this session need to be confined to 3 minutes and remain within the specific subject matter. It is a fact that Europe is already living in a warmer world. The average global temperature has risen beyond 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, and the impacts are no longer distant projections. They are happening now. Our continent is facing multiple climate risks that have already reached critical levels. Without rapid mitigation, adaptation and resilience action, many of these risks will intensify and could become critical by the end of this century. The economic cost is clear. Since 1980, the EU has recorded losses of €822 billion from extreme weather events, with €208 billion incurred between 2021 and 2024 alone, over a quarter of all losses since monitoring began. This is not only a climate crisis, it is also a security and economic crisis. At the heart of this challenge is water, our most essential resource and a cross-cutting factor in key sectors of society. Climate change is driving a range of extreme phenomena, including droughts, extreme rainfall, glacier melt, permafrost thaw, and sea level rise. Water connects ecosystems, infrastructure, health, agriculture, energy, and tourism. It is a fundamental element of climate resilience, and strengthening water resilience is therefore essential to protect our citizens and our economy. The European Union has set a clear objective to become a front-runner in climate and water resilience. Significant progress has already been made from the EU adaptation strategy to the Commission's recently adopted water resilience strategy. The Commission is now preparing an integrated framework for climate resilience, including a legislative proposal to drive transformational change across the Union. Yet, our ambition must be matched by alignment between legislation and funding across sectors and between EU and national policies. We must ensure that climate resilience is integrated into every relevant law and policy, with clear responsibility for risk ownership. We must also ensure that finance, both public and private, is available where it is most needed, especially in the most vulnerable regions. Water scarcity is already a reality. The State of Water report shows that about 30% of EU territory and 33% of the population are affected every year. Southern Europe is particularly exposed, with permanent water scarcity affecting agriculture, public water supply, tourism and energy. The issue of resilience is very close to our hearts. Cyprus faces particularly acute and compounding challenges from climate change due to its semi-arid climate, geographic isolation and high dependence on limited and climate-sensitive freshwater resources. Rising temperatures, prolonged droughts and increasing aridification are intensifying chronic water scarcity, affecting households, agriculture, tourism and energy production, while extreme weather events place growing pressure on infrastructure and ecosystems. As an island with no transboundary rivers and limited natural water storage, Cyprus has constrained adaptation options and higher costs for security water supply, including reliance on energy-intensive desalination. These structural vulnerabilities make climate and water resilience not only an environmental priority, but also a matter of economic stability and security, underscoring the urgent need for targeted EU support, integrated planning, and sustained investment in resilient water management, nature-based solutions, and climate-proof infrastructure. Therefore, the question before us is not whether we need to act, but how we can act together. This session focuses on the tools we need to build a resilient Europe and on how legislation and finance can support a coherent, cross-sectoral approach to climate and water resilience. Dear Ministers, you are invited to reflect on how the EU and Member States can strengthen cross-sectoral coordination to better align climate and water resilience efforts, and how a shared EU-level understanding of future climatic conditions can support timely and coherent action. We will also discuss how the integrated framework for climate resilience and the water resilience strategy can be implemented in a fully synergetic manner to deliver lasting results towards the EU's 2030 and 2050 objectives, and how effective funding mechanisms, including private and EIB financing, can be mobilized to support integrated resilience investments, particularly in the most vulnerable regions.